Wow. Tyson Fury says he is officially moving on and not fighting Deontay Wilder next. Is it true? That's what he's saying. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to my channel for the latest and greatest in boxing if you want to become part of the gang. Notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, the Cash App, and the Patreon family. We working. Now, I got a bit of breaking news. This is just up. Mike Coppinger of The Athletic has just reported exclusive. Tyson Fury tells The Athletic he's foregoing the Deontay Wilder trilogy after scheduled December date was pulled. The deadline to reschedule expired Friday. Now he is looking for a homecoming bout December 5th per sources before a mega fight with Anthony Joshua. Huh? So he's just going to fight a homecoming and then skip Wilder? Okay. The link will be in the description so you guys can read this for yourself. Tyson Fury exclusive with The Athletic. Quote, I've moved on from the Deontay Wilder trilogy. Heavyweight champion Tyson Fury is foregoing the trilogy fight with Deontay Wilder, he tells The Athletic, after organizers failed to deliver a date for the event in 2020. Quote, I was looking forward to smashing Wilder again, a quick and easy fight, Fury said, but Wilder and his team were messing around with the date. They don't really want to fight the lineal champion. They know how it ends. The world knows how it will end with Wilder on his ass again. Fury said that the fight was supposed to happen in July, but Wilder, 34, claimed an injury and pushed the date to October before trying to push the date twice more. He goes on to say, then they asked me if I would agree to push it to December. I agreed to December 19th, Fury said. Then they tried to change the date into next year. I've been training. I'm ready. When they tried moving off of December 19th and pushing to next year, enough was enough. I've moved on. Fury, 32, continued on saying that he would let Wilder, quote, win a few fights before knocking him out again. I am the best fighter in the world, the lineal heavyweight champion, the two-time ring heavyweight champion, the WBC heavyweight champion, Fury said. Before the end of 2021, I will be the only man on this earth with a heavyweight championship belt. Fury will now look to return December 5th in the UK homecoming bout after 3 consecutive fights in the US, according to sources. The opponent hasn't been determined yet. The move paves the way for Fury to meet Joshua in a clash for the undisputed heavyweight champion. It says how we got here. Fury won, beat Wilder. Wilder cited an injury. The contract allowed the fight to extend 90 days in such an event. The third encounter was slated for July 18th before it was shifted to October 3rd, and then finally December 19th. The return of college football with many major conference champions scheduled for December 19th nixed the date. ESPN and Fox were scheduling to collaborate on the pay-per-view, just like February, which generated over 800,000 buys. The big picture. Wilder's manager, Shelly Finkel, insists the fight isn't yet off and is apparently fighting to ensure the bout happens. Wilder was seeking to exact revenge after a lopsided defeat to Fury, where he was battered and knocked down. If Fury doesn't want to go through with the Wilder fight next year, sources tell The Athletic that he is not contractually obligated to do so. Fury's co-manager Frank Warren said Saturday it appeared Fury Wilder wouldn't take place this year and that Fury would move on and consider a third fight with Wilder down the road. His other co-promoter Bob Arum told TalkSport it appeared unlikely Fury versus Wilder would take place in 2020, etc. Fury's team decided to move forward with the homecoming fight after Wilder's side missed the Friday deadline to propose a new December date per sources. Different sites were being explored domestically, also in the Middle East. Staging the fight in front of a live audience was a must if a country from the Middle East couldn't step up to deliver a massive site fee. Saudi Arabia paid over $60 million to bring Joshua Ruiz to its country last year. Fury Wilder, blah, blah, blah. That's basically it. This looks bad for Tyson Fury. Looks very bad in my view. Smash the like button. The reason I say it looks bad for Fury is because he's being accused of Glovegate 1 and 2 and tampering with the glove. His glove looks weird in a lot of pictures, including this one. You know what I'm saying? It looks like depression marks and stuff like that. And now it looks like he's nonstop trying to find a way to not fight Wilder in the near future. He's saying that he wants a homecoming fight, and this article is saying then it paves the way for Joshua. So even if you were to do a homecoming fight, why wouldn't you do the Wilder fight after that? I thought you just wanted to, you know, because you've been working out and you wanted to get another fight in. Now he's switching it to, I want to switch gears after a tune-up fight, presumably in December, and I want to fight Joshua. Doesn't make sense. The other thing that doesn't make sense to me, if you follow this story, is that they blamed Wilder for the fight being pushed back, right? Let me see. Let's see if I can find it. Fury said the fight was supposed to happen in July, but Wilder, 34, claimed an injury. He did say he was injured and had a surgery on the PBC broadcast, but what about the pandemic? So last time I checked, in America and around the world, we were dealing with the global pandemic. So this is why you can't trust anything Fury says, bro. You know, I have no idea if this is true or not. I'm just going off of what's being reported and what he's claiming, right? Fury said the fight was supposed to happen in July, but Wilder claimed an injury and pushed the date back to October before trying to push the date twice more. So he's completely and totally blaming Deontay Wilder for the date consistently being pushed back. But as I mentioned, last time I checked, we were in a global pandemic, and I was under the impression that ever since March around the world, you know, there was a pandemic that created a fear, and it created the need for social distancing. As a result, people couldn't gather in large groups. And since this fight had a part 1 and a part 2, and it was massively successful, especially the second one, it topped Lennox Lewis and Evander Holyfield's rematch in Vegas. I thought they were waiting for a crowd and possibly doing this, you know, when they get a better grasp of how many people they could fit, maybe in the Allegiant Stadium or something, the new Las Vegas Raiders Stadium. Now Tyson Fury is saying that this is all Wilder's fault, and because of whatever injury that he noted on the PBC broadcast, on the podcast that they did, that's the reason. And then he's saying the date was changed 2 other times. Top stories, it says Tyson Fury might not fight Wilder next, says Frank Warren. So it sounds like they're trying to get out the fight, bro. So all the people that believe in Glovegate and thought the glove looks weird, now this makes Tyson Fury look bad, because it looks like, I mean, he's saying some cool stuff, but it sounds like he don't want to fight Wilder. He keeps saying that he's going to whoop Wilder, but he's looking in another direction, saying, hey, we're tired of waiting. But the waiting, again, they could try to smoke screen it and say whatever they want, but most people are under the impression that the wait for Wilder Fury 3 was not because of Wilder's injury, but because of the global pandemic that has created social distancing. And this was a fight that was so big that it needed a crowd, you know? So to me, it really looks like Fury cheated, because it seems like he's steadily trying to move on without Wilder. And the bad thing for this is, to me, Tyson Fury versus Joshua, especially if he I don't know if he could legally do it, but if he does legally do it, and he's able to sidestep Wilder and do whatever, fight whoever he wants in the UK, that's going to be met with the poor reception. The only people who would be happy about that would be the UK. I thought Tyson Fury, his license or whatever, he surrendered his license. Listen, we'll pull it up. Fury's decision. Look, this was earlier this year. March 23rd, 2 days before my birthday. Fury's decision to return license may keep him behind. So when the pig farmer, the Lancashire pig farmer, bro, Fury just looks messy. When the Lancashire pig farmer accused him of coercing him and not paying him to falsify affidavits with the wild boar story, which is why he failed a drug test, you know, they were threatening that UCAD could reopen the case with this guy's newfound claims. Then it says Fury's decision to return his boxing license may keep him beyond UCAD's reach. So when that was going on, you know, the pig farmer, listen, I'll show you guys all this stuff. We'll get it all out in the open. Pig farmer who claimed he was offered $250,000. This is the situation. Martin Carefoot. Right? And he did this long ass like story about how he never sold Tyson Fury wild boar and he never housed wild boar on his farm, yada, yada, yada. So he dropped his UCAD license, his UK license with the BBBOC, and now he wants a homecoming fight. So now since they've paid him off or threatened him or whatever they decided to do to the Martin Carefoot dude, and the guy's now recanted and dropped his allegations, now all of a sudden he's going to try to get his license back. This looks increasingly messy, looks very sloppy. I really have no interest in Tyson Fury's comeback fight with somebody else. And even the Joshua Fury fight, it's not as big as people think. And stylistically, I don't think it's going to be as good as a Fury versus Wilder, because styles make fights. Joshua looked very skittish in his last fight. Tyson Fury, allegedly, he's a knockout artist now and a walk you down type of fighter. So that spells more of a chess match, you know? That's going to spell more of a chess match to me, as opposed to Wilder Fury 1 and 2 or Joshua Klitschko type of fight. You know, you got to respect Tyson Fury's height and size, and, you know, it'll be more of a boxing match. But either way, that's something that's only big in the UK. So it is what it is. Tyson Fury, again, I don't trust him. This is also the same man that said that Conor McGregor agreed to train him for a fight in the MMA, and then Conor McGregor denied it. Look. Boom. You see how quick I could pull this up? Not true. Conor McGregor baffled by Tyson Fury's claims that he offered him MMA training. So he was baffled because Fury said in an interview with BT Sport that Conor McGregor was going to train him, and they had talked. He was asked if he thinks boxers can live, and he replied, blah, blah, blah. And then Conor McGregor totally denounced that and said, that's not true. I've never spoke to the guy. You know what I mean? So Fury's all over the place. It's another thing is this could be a scare tactic for Deontay Wilder. Wilder has been exceptionally quiet, and it sounds like they're trying to get Wilder to talk, and they're getting and growing frustrated. So they're just putting this stuff out in the media. But I like Wilder's silence because it's really eating people up. And Tyson Fury, he did respond to this article. You know, he responded. It says, thanks, Mike Coppinger. The Gypsy King is coming home to the UK. See you all in December. You know, so we'll see. We'll see what is decided. But you guys can believe Tyson Fury if you want. I'm not believing him. I'd rather wait and hear what Wilder's side is saying. Shelly Finkel is saying that it's still going to happen. We'll see how it all plays out. I don't really have many other statements. I know it just looks bad for Tyson Fury. Wilder put him to sleep in the 12th round, and somehow he miraculously gets up. That's cool. And then instead of doing a media rematch while he was in negotiations with Wilder, deep negotiations, they were going to fight in May of last year. And Wilder ended up fighting Dominic Breazeale mandatory, because out of nowhere, Tyson Fury pulled out of the negotiations and ran over to ESPN and Top Rank, said he got this mega deal, and they decided to give him tune-up fights with Tom Schwartz. Even though they were willing to work with Wilder's people, Fox and PBC that he didn't fight him next. So, and then when they finally fought, it looks like, I'll say a lot of people felt his glove was suspect and there was some kind of cheat used, right? And now they're just trying to skip over that to make Joshua. Good luck with that. We'll see how it does. Again, I'm telling you, based on Joshua's Ruiz performances, based on the skepticism of the Wilder win because of Glovegate 1 and 2, the pandemic also slowed down a lot. To be honest, I don't see that being the big fight, the Joshua and Fury. Again, the UK, they might love it and say, oh, this is a great fight. But to be a real big fight, you have to be a global attraction. When Joshua and Fury had that recent picture in Marbella, nobody was even really talking about it. That kind of in one ear and out the other. I didn't even get around to making a video about it. A lot of people weren't talking about it. And, now he's talking about, it looked like he don't want to fight Wilder, period. Now he's talking about fighting a tune-up, then Joshua. So we'll see. It sounds like they're worried. They're trying to get Joshua, out the way and try to make money there because they know Wilder's a super threat, especially if Wilder feels you cheated and put a dent in his head. And look, this was the outcome of the first fight. This was the outcome. And then all of a sudden, Tyson Fury's a major puncher and trying to walk people down. But this is what the first fight was looking like. He was wearing Everlast gloves in the first fight, and then now he's wearing Paffin again. You know what I'm saying? Very inconsistent type performances, erratic behavior. The other thing I feel Tyson Fury is they know Tyson Fury doesn't have the discipline to stay straight and narrow and continue working in a pandemic and having to wait. I think this is just my personal opinion. I think Fury is involved in all types of weird stuff. He's dabbled in drugs and that type of life in the past. He said crazy comments and stuff like that. So I think his people know him and they believe that idle hands is the devil's playground. So they don't trust Fury by himself. They know Fury needs to be occupied. He has to have some type of priorities or some type of goals. Otherwise, even he might already be doing it. But if he doesn't, he's definitely more bound to look like this again, gain a bunch of weight, binge drink, binge eat, and go against what would make him successful in boxing. I think that's really something. I think this man suffers a real life addiction and he has to do these things and stay busy and keep himself out of the gym or in the gym. Otherwise he'll look like this again. He's just too all over the place, too erratic. This is disgusting. Like that he let himself get in this type of shape and he thinks it's funny. He can't afford to do that again. So we'll see how it plays out. According to Fury, and I'll just report it as that, according to Fury, that he's moving on. Again, this could be a ploy to get Wilder to speak because Wilder's been quiet, or to show Wilder that, quote unquote, he means business. But whatever the situation is, we'll see how it all plays out. I will keep you guys updated. It is fight week, Teofimo versus Vasyl Lomachenko. That should be a great fight. Let me know how I did in this video. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more sports. Get unlimited access to premium content with an ESPN Plus subscription. ESPN Plus offers a variety of content, including specials, behind the scenes, docuseries like Bruce Lee's Be Water, and much more. With an ESPN Plus subscription, you get access to a ton of classic archive fights and replays from boxing and the UFC. Big names like, "Hi, I'm Mike Tyson. Come and watch my fight." Floyd Mayweather, "Easy work. I'm rich." And Manny Pacquiao, "Yes, it's up to my promoter." Just to name a few. If that's not enough, you could get the ESPN bundle, which includes ESPN Plus, Hulu, and Disney Plus. All three apps, one low price. You don't want to miss out. Make sure you guys click that link in the description box of all of my videos. Ego signing off.
So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxingego, the future of boxing.